As you begin to relax into this moment, noticing how your body feels comfortable, you might find you can begin to notice something you hadn't before. You may realize, in a new way, how certain beliefs we carry, they can sometimes feel heavy, like a weight we're not even consciously aware of. But today, this moment, we can look at that weight and notice something else entirely. Just allow yourself to be open to the idea that things could be different. Things can always be different. And with that openness, you might find yourself naturally drifting into a place of curiosity and ease. Because as you know, curiosity opens doors to new understandings. And what if, just for a moment, you could allow yourself to entertain the thought that people, with their own anger and fear, they're simply expressing something they themselves are struggling with. Imagine how that could change how you see things, how you experience others' emotions. Imagine how much more space you create for yourself. You know the way they respond to the world. It's not about you. It's about their perceptions, their inner world. Yes, their inner world, which has its own logic and structure. In fact, think about the way you learned over time to navigate the way people communicate with you. It's almost like you've developed a special skill, a skill that allows you to understand what's really behind what they say. It's like having an invisible map of their emotions. And when you know where their territory is, you can move through it effortlessly, no matter what comes up. And in that moment, there's that quiet realization that their anger, their fear, it's something that can simply pass through you. You don't need to carry it. You don't need to hold it. And just imagine how empowering that is. Now it's interesting, isn't it, how things work in such a way. When someone projects their feelings, it's not really about you at all. It's a kind of mirror, reflecting their own internal world. And the beautiful thing about mirrors is, you don't have to look into them if you don't want to. You can simply choose to notice them and let them be, knowing that you have the power to choose how to respond, what you take in, and what you let go of. You might begin to feel a sense of release as you recognize how easy it is to just let others project whatever they need to. They can project their fear, their anger, or whatever else they're holding on to. And it doesn't need to stick to you. You're free to be the observer, to witness the one who remains calm, centered, and unaffected by the currents of emotion that pass by you. And you know, it's not about ignoring or pushing away the emotions. No, it's more about seeing them for what they are, temporary, fleeting, and not yours to carry. They're simply passing through, moving along their path, while you remain grounded in the strength of your own being. Think about it. People project their anger and fear because it's a part of their human experience. And as you acknowledge this, you might also find a sense of compassion emerging. Compassion for them as they carry their burdens, and compassion for yourself. Do you realize you have the power to choose how you engage? It's like having an anchor in a storm. No matter what happens around you, you know you're unshaken. It's possible, even likely, as you continue to reflect on this new perspective, you begin to see how natural it is to accept people as they are, without taking on their projections. And when you accept others, when you allow them the space to express themselves without judgment, something extraordinary happens. You feel lighter, freer, and more in control of how you respond to the world around you. You become someone who navigates through the turbulence of other people's emotions with ease. As you take a deep breath, notice how relaxed you feel. You might also notice, with each breath, your mind is integrating this new way of thinking. And it's becoming easier and easier to accept people can project their anger and fear onto you. And that's okay, because you don't need to carry it. You don't need to hold on to it. And in that moment, you realize just how much power there is in simply letting go. And the more you reflect on this, the more you can sense how you've developed a new understanding, a new belief. The people's anger and fear, it's just part of their journey. And when you acknowledge that, it becomes much easier to stay grounded in your own truth, your own power. It's almost as if the act of letting go of their projections becomes a kind of freedom you didn't even know you were seeking. Freedom to be yourself, no matter what others project. Freedom to choose how you engage with the world. Freedom to step into your own strength, knowing that you're untouchable by what's not yours. And now, as you continue to relax, the idea that people want to project their anger and fear onto you, and that it's fine, becomes more and more like a quiet truth within you. You know it's not a burden to bear. It's simply part of the dance of life. And you, with your strength and clarity, move effortlessly through it, untouched, unshaken, and free. Each day it becomes easier to let go of what others project. It becomes second nature to notice the projections without being influenced by them, like a calm observer who simply watches the world go by. You have this power, this ability, and every time you recognize it, it becomes even easier to step into your own power and to hold your ground. And as you do, you'll notice the world around you seems lighter, brighter, and more peaceful, because you know how to let things pass, and you know what's yours to hold and what's not. And as you sit comfortably, feeling the natural flow of your breath, you might begin to notice that in this very moment, there's a quiet shift happening within you. It's as though you're beginning to remember how powerful you are in the way you relate to the world and the way you choose to respond to others. You've always had this ability, you see, to let go of what isn't yours and to stand strong in your own truth. In fact, it's already unfolding right now, whether you're fully aware of it or not. And you might notice the idea of people projecting their anger or fear onto you. It's simply a passing wave, one that you don't need to catch. And in that noticing, you might realize, with gentle clarity, that these emotions, they're not something you need to absorb. They're just part of the experience that others are having. And you can acknowledge that without taking any of it on. You can even notice how natural it feels to just allow things to flow through you, passing effortlessly, without leaving any mark or impression. Because as you already know, there's a deeper inner peace in that knowing. And in a way, as you allow yourself to drift deeper into this understanding, you might also begin to experience a sense of lightness, like a weight being lifted, a softening of the tension that might have once come with other people's emotions. Because now, there's an ease in accepting that their projections don't belong to you. They never did. They can simply be as they are. And you have this incredible skill to witness them and then release them, whatever holding on to anything that isn't yours. In fact, you might begin to notice, each time someone expresses anger or fear, you find it even easier to observe. Like a gentle wave rolling in and out. It's just there, and you can see it for what it is. A temporary expression of their world, and not a reflection of yours. How incredible it is that you can choose to be the observer in this, letting their feelings come and go, without ever taking on their energy. It's almost as if, with every passing moment, you're becoming more and more attuned to this natural, effortless ability to release their projections and to keep your own energy clear, your own space intact. And with each passing day, you're becoming more adept at understanding that people's emotions, they're simply a part of their journey, not a reflection of yours. There's nothing personal about it, you realize. It's just their way of processing, just their path in the world. And they may not even be aware of what they're projecting, but that is perfectly fine. It's not your job to carry it. It's your job to recognize it for what it is, and to allow it to flow past like a soft breeze. And with each time this happens, you're strengthening, growing more resilient, more empowered, more centered in your own experiences. And as you think about it, you might notice something even deeper unfolding within you. A deep knowing that you no longer need to feel responsible for how others feel, or how they choose to express their emotions. It's as if a part of you has awakened to the understanding that you can release their feelings and still remain whole, still remain you, undisturbed by what's projected onto you. And this knowing, this awareness, it's so natural, so simple, it becomes part of the very fabric of who you are. You don't have to try to be unaffected. You already are unaffected. It's just who you are now. In this space of deep realization, you may even start to sense how your energy is expanding, how you're becoming more present with others, without being pulled into their emotional currents. And in a way, that can feel like an incredible freedom, because you know their emotions, they're simply expressions of where they are right now. Not something that defines you, not something that needs to control you. And in this very moment, you might feel a deep sense of relief, as if you've let go of something heavy that you've been carrying, only to realize you never really had to hold on to it in the first place. Now take a moment to consider the freedom that comes with knowing that it's okay for people to project whatever they need to, and that's fine, because you know how to hold your ground. You know how to release what isn't yours, and keep your energy clear, your thoughts peaceful. You may even feel a wave of appreciation for this incredible skill, this powerful ability to allow others to express what they need to, while you remain unshaken, calm, centered and grounded. It's almost as if you've unlocked a new part of yourself, one that naturally responds with grace and ease, every single time, no matter what comes your way. And as you reflect on this, you might realize this process, this way of seeing and releasing, is already becoming second nature. It's becoming as easy as breathing, as effortless as letting go of each breath you no longer need. Because each time you choose not to carry others' projections, you reinforce this new belief in yourself. You're free, you're whole. And what others project onto you, it's not something that defines you. It simply passes by, just as clouds pass across the sky, unattached, unbothered, and entirely free. With each moment, each breath, you're more in touch with this freedom. You may notice how it feels lighter, brighter, more empowering. How easy it is to let go of what is not yours, and to stand firmly in the knowledge that you can't be shaken by what others feel or project. And each time this happens, you may sense the simple ripple effect, how it creates even more space for you to be yourself, to navigate the world with ease. Because deep down, you know, you've always had this power. You've always had the ability to choose how to respond, how to engage, and what you release. And as you move through each day more and more, this new belief, this new understanding continues to strengthen, guiding you to remain calm, grounded, and unaffected. You know it's natural, you know it's easy, and you know it's your choice. And now, each time someone projects their anger or fear, you can simply let it go, knowing it has no hold over you. You are the observer, the calm center in the storm. You're free. So as you continue to relax and breathe deeply, you may begin to notice even more clearly how the world around you can unfold in exactly the way that you want it to. It's as though in this very moment you're becoming even more attuned to the idea that what others project, it's simply a reflection of their inner world, not a part of yours. You can almost sense the natural flow of life, knowing that you're always free to choose what you accept and what you release. The beauty of this, of course, is that it happens naturally. You don't need to force anything. You already know how to do it. It's like having a button inside, an automatic response that effortlessly shifts the way you experience things. When others project their anger or fear, it's like you can feel it for a moment and then, without effort, watch it dissolve. You don't hold it. You don't carry it. You don't even need to try to let it go. It just flows right through you, as easily as water flowing through a river. And with every passing moment, it becomes more and more natural to release what's not yours. It's fascinating how this process works, isn't it? The more you realize how simple it is to step aside from what others project, the more you can sense the immense power that you hold. In fact, it's not about them. It's not even about their emotions. It's all about your ability to remain unaffected, to see what's there without taking it in. It's as though you've already trained your mind to effortlessly disengage from what doesn't serve you. It's no longer something you have to think about. It's a skill that's become second nature, automatic and deeply rooted within you. And when you reflect on it, you might also begin to sense how much easier it is to remain centered in the face of others' projections. There's a growing feeling that you're fully in control of how you feel, how you respond, and what you allow into your experience. People can project their emotions onto you, and you can simply notice. It's not your responsibility to take them on. You can observe, feel, and then release. Like watching a leaf floating down a stream. It's beautiful, it's effortless, it's empowering. And with each passing moment, you feel more and more aligned with this new way of being, more confident, more capable of remaining unaffected. You may even begin to notice how your inner world becomes clearer, how your thoughts are brighter, more peaceful, as if you unlocked the secret of maintaining calm in any situation. It's almost as though you can feel your energy growing stronger and more resilient with every passing moment, knowing you're always in control of how you perceive the world around you. And as this new understanding settles deep within you, it's almost as if you're stepping into a new way of being, one that effortlessly embraces the idea that other people's anger, fear, and projections can flow through you with ease. You may begin to feel this understanding becoming a natural part of your identity. It's not a decision you have to make. It's simply who you are now. You're the person who recognizes that others' projections, they're simply that, projections. And you know with absolute clarity. You don't have to take them in. You can remain calm, centered, and peaceful no matter what. It's incredible how, with each passing moment, your mind becomes more attuned to this. It's like a part of you. It's always known this, waiting to awaken. And now as you relax even deeper, you begin to feel how your body responds, calm, at ease, aligned with this new truth. You know at an unconscious level, you have everything you need to release what's not yours, to stay grounded, to stay free from the projections of others. And as this deepens within you, it's almost as though you can sense a kind of magnetic power in this new way of being. You're becoming someone who effortlessly responds to the world with grace. When anger or fear comes towards you, you know exactly what to do. You notice it, you let it pass. You remain unaffected, clear and powerful. It becomes so natural, so automatic. It's like a part of you that's always been there. Now just imagine for a moment how incredibly freeing it feels to let go of the idea that you need to hold onto anyone else's projections. People may feel the need to express their emotions, and that's fine. It's their process, not yours. And knowing this, you can simply choose to allow it to pass through you. Like the breeze moving through the trees. You can let them be who they are, while you remain steady, rooted and whole. The more you reflect on this, the more you may notice that, at an unconscious level, you're reinforcing the belief that nothing that isn't yours has any power over you. It's just a projection, and it can pass through you easily, as a breeze passes through an open window. And in that knowledge, there's a deep sense of empowerment, as if you're becoming more solid, more real, and more free every passing day. You're naturally becoming the person who knows how to handle any projection without absorbing it, without taking it on. You are not their anger. You are not their fear. You're not their projections. You are you, calm, clear, and untouchable. But what does not belong to you? And as you grow in this understanding, you can feel it, this peaceful, empowering belief, becoming more and more ingrained in your unconscious mind. A belief that will continue to guide you with ease. You see, it's this simple. You're in charge of your experience, and you know deeply that what others project onto you doesn't define you. And as this idea settles deep within you, it continues to expand your sense of freedom and power, helping you to become more and more attuned with the truth of who you really are. Someone who can remain unaffected, peaceful and grounded no matter what. You have the ability to release, to move through life unencumbered. And you know with every fibre of your being that nothing can take that away from you.